And welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. Last time we got even more exposition, this time going into a little bit of the background on the demon summoning program. None of the information that Shomonkai guy gave us was too terribly helpful, but the reveal that Amane had a demon inside her in addition to the angel that she's also channeling right now that was interesting. Well, we can only speculate what that means. We also got some additional information from Shoji and Izuna. Nothing too terribly, helpful there either, unfortunately. And, of course, there was a battle that just more or less served as a speed bump. What isn't going to serve as a speed bump is this battle involving Naoya. In fact, we're going to learn some very relevant information coming from this battle, so let's go in and check this out.
What is this? It's much worse than the last time we were here.
There are so many more demons, people can't come near it. Is this the contaminated area Izuna was talking about?
You guys.
What? Naoya?
That man. He's the one who gave me my comp.
Wait a minute, what? Naoya gave you your comp? He's my cousin, you know?
Really? I see. It's a big surprise.
So this guy is his cousin?
You seem well. It looks like you have some new allies. It's something of a relief to see you all safe.
I don't think Naoya is being sarcastic here. Let's not get all hostile. Maybe he's finally here to actually clue us in as to what the heck is going on.
You seem to know your way around a comp by now. That's my cousin. Well then, I'm rather busy. If you don't need anything, I'm gonna go.
Hold on. We saw your materials. We got them from Azuma.
Ah, I assume you mean the comp I left at the Shomonkai? Good. Faster than I expected. The encryption was easy to crack, yes? I kept it simple.
A standard Cardon grill, though the Akkadian was an interesting twist. I read most of the material. We know that demon negotiation requires human thoughts.
I see. And?
Now, this conversation does play out slightly differently if you hadn't gotten the materials from Azuma, though contrary to popular belief, not in a way that bars you from seeing Naoya's ending. If you happen to fail to collect the comp from Azuma, which I can't imagine you'd do since it's pretty easy to get, but just for the sake of argument, if you did, this conversation would be different, and instead, Naoya would ask a lot of leading questions to try and tell you the same information here. First order of business, we did find out that, the demon summoning program did have a melody involved with production, using that to communicate with demons.
I'm surprised. Well done. I admire your diligence. I didn't think you'd have analyzed it that thoroughly.
So this kind of connects to Haru's sequencer and how she was using that to summon demons, and it connects to that woman Aya. I wonder... Well, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on to the next point of intrigue. It also utilizes the internet in order to perform demon summoning.
That great cloud of thoughts. So then, you know the basics behind summoning demons. And? Do you have a reason to keep me here?
Well, we're looking for the server. Can you help us out on that one?
What would you do with that information if you had it? Don't tell me. You want to access the server to get rid of all the demons.
Well, that is one way to do it, but we could also control them, I suppose.
Yeah, we're going to take control of every demon out there.
You're thinking of rewriting the program? That is quite an unorthodox idea. Very interesting.
Even if they're still here, as long as they're not a threat, the lockdown has no purpose. Which means the government would lift it, right?
So rather than defend yourself or attack the enemy, you'll take its power for your own. A solution only you would come up with, Atsuro.
Then tell us where we can find the server.
Don't be dense. The server's not in our world. It isn't even a server anymore. Even if you did reach it, it would be impossible for you to rewrite my programming.
You arrogant piece of... What's wrong with you? You're the whole reason we got dragged into this mess. Get us out! Get us out of this lockdown right now!
It seems you still haven't learned your lesson. Here's a piece of advice. Other people's powers won't do you any good. If you want to survive this lockdown, Eliminate anyone who stands before you by your own power, your own will. Now, it's time for the game to begin. Despite being human, you managed to defeat a demon crowned with the name of Bell. Show me that power.
Naoya uses demons too?
Oh, duh, Tsuru. He created the demon summoning program.
Damn it. Naoya's the one behind the summoning program. Can we beat its creator?
Every game needs its prize. Depending on the outcome, I may answer your questions. How does that sound? Are you a little more motivated now?
Alright, let's do it. It's a deal, Naoya.
Good. Kids are so much more tolerable when they're being honest. You understand me very well.
Come on, we're cousins, man. Of course I know you will.
You aren't even fazed. But enough talk. Let the show begin. Now, you have 3 chances. Defeat at least 6 demons before you end your third move.
Alright, so this is a battle with a twist. Naoya has imposed a turn limit on us, but when I say imposed a turn limit on us, I mean specifically us, the main character. We have 3 actions we can take, and 3 distinct turns, I should say, but we can take as many actions within those turns as we want, and you actually want to have whatever generates the most turn delay possible. So, to that end, I highly, highly recommend at least having a Dragon-type demon, but a Vial is better, since that generates more turn delay off of Chaos Wave. But I wouldn't recommend starting with him in the active team. I would recommend starting with anything else, preferably something that can allow you to move into range of these legions right here and attack both of them. So, actually, let's see, 1, 2... and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just double check with the Vial there. Actually, we might actually be able to start with him and just go there. Although, summoning him mid-turn would generate more turn delay, but that's also a hassle to remember. Okay, never mind. This is fine, yeah. So start with a Vial to give yourself the most turn delay, and this is the last time we need Nalagiri. He will allow us to take out these 2 demons, generate a huge amount of turn delay, and basically allow the rest of our team to mop up the remaining demons and absolutely smash Naoya's turn limit. So let me set up the team here. For skill cracks, I think there's only one thing for us to crack, Mighty Hit, so may as well set everybody to crack that just to make absolutely sure you get it. Obviously, I'm not going to be reaching that Bob Katha at all, since I'm going to be heading in the opposite direction, but still, good idea to set that up so that we have a guaranteed chance of picking it up. Alright, let me get the rest of my team lined up here. Alright, got my team set up here. Just want to draw attention real quickly to some lineup changes I made. First off, I got this Abaddon by I created an Odin and fused it with the Python that we made to create this guy, so he's pretty decently strong, has access to Holy Dance. I made this Rook, who we just got access to in the last video, by fusing Kukulin off with a Legion, the Legion that we had for Petra Eyes, actually, and then I pulled Kukulin back out of the Compendium. And there was one more demon that I made. What was it? Let me see. I made a Bridget here just by fusing off Lorelei with... I think it was a Baizé that I just got from the auction hall. So yeah, I made that. I am eventually going to pull the Lorelei back out of the Compendium to use her. And actually, you know what? I want Berserker instead of Lucifuge on Atsura's team. That should do us good here. Let's get this battle underway.
One. Do your best to amuse me.
Naoya will do a little count-off every single time one of your turns starts. We should be...
And so the battle begins. Don't worry. I've made adjustments to even the odds.
You watch, Naoya. We're gonna show you.
That's the spirit. Now, show me your power.
I'm not exactly sure what he means by adjustments to even the odds, but what I will tell you is that most of these demons will actually hold position until you get in close... Well, actually, not even until you get in close to them. The only ones that seem to actually will begin to move if you happen to go into their range are those Bob Kathas just by Naoya. They will begin to move. But as you can see, first turn, very easy. We just took those out. One thing I want to note about the Abaddon is I don't plan to use him long term. I actually plan to fuse him off.
You seem to know what you're doing. So tell me, do you think God is just?
I'll admit, I do have conflicted feelings from this lockdown, but I have to ask, why?
It's simple, really. Our relationship exemplifies it. You don't need to understand yet. But give some thought to his true nature.
Our relationship? I mean, we're cousins, man. Well, what exactly does that have to do with anything? I feel like there's something more than what he's just saying there. Anyways, this Abaddon, pretty good with magic because he fused off the Python. That Holy Dance will do excellent damage here. As you can see, the Loas are no match for an Elec Amp Mazio, so that's also something great for us there. Nice, Abaddon's also got Null Ice. Not that I plan to inherit that into anything, but, you know, it's an option there if we want it. Alright, let's end our turn, and we should be able to mop up most of these demons before my next turn comes around, honestly. Doing a double up with Abaddon just creates so much turn delay. Alright, let's get this guy taken care of. One thing to watch out for with the Bobkathas is that they are bringing along... what was it? Yims. They do have Yims, so they have a range of 2 to contest you with, so be mindful of that. As you can see, Kukulin, he's leveled up enough to get Fizzamp at this point, so he can just absolutely destroy enemy lines with Mowdown. And once we get enough level ups to fuse him with another Eros and create Kresnik, that will just be amazing. He'll inherit so much strength and have those just awesome skills to deal with. Going to be mindful about where I position Atsuro here. Just going to have Midori also pop in. Be mindful of where she's positioned. And I don't think on this first turn, really, any of these demons are going to move. That Ouroboros might. Yes, okay. That works out to our advantage here. Allows us to essentially get a completely free action to destroy one of these demons. Let's go with Berserk here. I don't too often recommend using Mowdown with Atsuro because he just doesn't really have the strength to make good use of it most of the time. Not at all concerned about the mute status there. Well, okay, it's pretty annoying for Mothman since he doesn't really have any other options, but look at that damage from Berserker. Absolutely insane. And imagine if he had Fizzamp. Unfortunately, Berserker, his passive slots are too overloaded with Dual Shadow and Endure for him to actually learn Fizz Amp and Pierce, so that's kind of a pretty harsh limitation he has to deal with. Let's see, let's just have Midori move in 1. I might still put her... Actually, let's not be stupid here. Let's actually check the range here. Oh, these guys are just holding position. Well, you know what? Never mind then. Let's just have her end turn. See if these guys actually end up doing anything. Does not look like it, and this actually works very much to our benefit. Now I can just pop in and destroy these guys. And Atsuro will be able to just completely annihilate these guys. Alright, so we'll throw out a Berserk here. Not worried about the Bobkatha's physical resistance because Atsuro, of course, has Pierce at his disposal. Mothman can't really do anything, but Berserker, on the other hand, his Mowdown, that's a higher priority physical move, so he's just able to go first, completely wipe out the enemy lineup like that, and we get Mighty Hit. We had a chance to crack Mighty Hit in an earlier video, I just didn't feel like it was a good crack. This skill is a guaranteed critical hit, so if you're not running Marksman, this is another way to secure critical hits without relying on the random chance of Anger Hit. But I'm not a big fan of the skill. It's basically the exact same strength as a normal attack, it's just a guaranteed crit. And look at that HP cost, that is ridiculous. So I really wouldn't recommend using Mighty Hit at all, it's really not a good move. Alright, once again, Midori, because she's dead last in turn order, she just kind of gets left behind. Now, if it works like Devil Survivor 2, I believe you can have Midori go before Atsuro if you swap his position. I'm pretty sure the way it works is that if characters have the same speed, then their default turn order is a determinant based on their position in the deployment screen, but well, maybe I can try that later. Unfortunately for Midori, she's just kind of going last here, so she doesn't really have anything to do, so let's just get this fight secured here. We're going to defeat all of the enemies Naoya has set us to before he even gets a chance to do anything. Let's do a Mowdown here, do a Mazan. There we go. I just want to see the huge damage from the Zandai. Heck yeah. And that's not even with Force Amp augmenting it. Yuzu is so good at this point.
You killed 6 demons in 1 turn. I suppose that's a passing grade.
Literally the best you could have done that. I guess that's passing. Alright, you better keep up your end of the bargain.
Shut up and dispose of the remaining demons. We'll talk after that.
Man, Naoya's become so malevolent compared to when this fight began. Although I gotta admit, I can't even pretend for a second like I don't actually get a kick out of that. Alright, now let's just close in on this guy. We'll have to use Mabufu to deal with these guys, but I made sure to set Ice Boost. Unfortunately, I don't have the stats to use Ice Amp at this point. I need a little bit more vitality for that, but, you know, Ice Boost is fine enough. Now Nagiri making himself useful for the final time. But he couldn't take out that last Orthrus there. Unfortunate for us. But we absolutely smashed that. And picked up another level up for myself in the process. All good stuff, all good stuff. Wow, look at that bonus experience. It's getting pretty sizable at this point.
All right, that was the last one. As promised, I'll now answer your questions. So, what would you like to know?
Alright, let's start from the top here. Why exactly did you choose us for this? I have to imagine there's more to it than just me being related to you.
You think I involved you in this? It's true. You've been involved since long, long ago. But it isn't my fault. It's because you were chosen. Because you were loved by God. Just enjoy it, brother.
Brother? That's what that weird guy was saying too, and now Naoya's saying it. You know, I could believe that strange guy, he just confused about the relationship we had, but why would Naoya? I mean, he knows us better than anyone, like, compared to our friends. Why would he say that? Strange, and what's this loved by God business? This is all getting very confusing. What are you trying to do, Naoya?
My intentions? My intentions are to have you win the war for the throne of Bel.
You know, I didn't draw attention to that earlier, but now you did mention the War of Bel earlier, or rather that he did mention that he knew we defeated Belder, and he's been keeping tabs on us? And why?
It doesn't matter. Just think about this. You want to lift the lockdown, don't you?
Well, of course.
Then neither of us has anything to lose. Listen, the King of Bel is lord over the demons. Very few ever sit upon that throne of darkness, and all demons bow to it. If you win the war for the throne of Bel, the demons in Tokyo will pose no problem. Whether you use them as your escort or massacre them all, your wishes will be granted. Now do you see the fastest way to get the lockdown lifted?
Alright, well, I can see his logic here. Certainly, if I was the head honcho of demons, that's one way to, you know, placate them and get them off the government's radar. Alright, now, this is the important one. Before we can do any of this, we really need to know where this server is.
I see. So you're set on accessing the server to control the demons. Then I'll give you a hint. As I mentioned earlier, the server you seek is no longer in this world. If you do plan to search for a way to the server, some sort of effort will be required. But to do so is a dangerous gamble that may lead this world to destruction. Regardless, you're not yet qualified to know. Are we through here then? Then I'll close by giving you one more hint. It's about the demon summoning program.
Huh? What is it?
I'm not the one who completed the program.
Then who was it?
To be more precise, it couldn't have been completed without her help.
Her? Do you mean...
The demon summoning program's algorithms are based on data that she supplied. She is the only one who can perform the demon summoning melody.
a demon summoning melody? So that story was true.
Oh, so you know. I'm surprised you found out about that.
Alright, so who is this lady, and where is she now?
Her name is Aya.
And finally, this plot thread all comes together. What Jin was looking into, the melody, and of course Aya being involved with the Shomenkai. This is finally coming to a head, so we're actually finally getting some resolution to the game-long plot threads.
I integrated her experiment results into the demon summoning program.
Okay, so yeah, Aya, of course, is Haru's mentor and Jin's lover.
We barely saw each other in the few days she was there during development. If you're interested in her, the one to ask is Azuma of the Shomonkai. Time for me to go. I bid you good luck.
Naoya! Damn it! He's gone.
The demon summoning melody involved in that program, and the name Aya.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of this or what Naoya said. Whatever the reason, he wants him to win the war for the Throne of Bel. Suppose you did win the Throne of Bel. What would you do with it?
Come on, man. Take over the world. Nah, come on. I just control the demons.
Well, in the end, I guess it's as good as if we found the server. But this way, what'll happen to you? You're not gonna turn into a demon, are you?
Come on, Atsuro. Why would I ever stop being me? You're being paranoid here. But that was actually some fairly illuminating reveals that we got there. A bunch of dangling plot threads that have just been running long finally resolved for us, so that's some that is really some good news there. I'm glad we actually were able to get that information out of Naoya. Should you fail to complete that battle, there's a couple of penalties. First off, you aren't necessarily hosed on the information you could have gotten from it. Naoya will later email you some details, giving you information on some things, but what will happen if you fail Naoya's trial is that you will be locked off from Naoya's ending, and for reasons that aren't quite apparent at this moment but will become apparent later, you'll also be locked off from Jin's ending. So if you want either of those endings, you have to succeed here. Fortunately, as I demonstrate here, it is very, very easy to beat Naoya's time trial if you simply take advantage of long-turn delays. And remember, the fact is that your main character is the only person whose turns count, so as long as everybody else is moving quickly and efficiently, that challenge is no problem. If you've ever struggled with that, this is how you do it. With that all said and done, we don't really have any more new events to check out, and I'm gonna be dead serious with you. Keisuke's event here does not contribute to anything, so there's no reason to watch it, so let's finally do that event with Jin. So, let me see, I'm pretty sure... let me see, yeah, this is just the stuff about the Aya.
No.
Oh, wait. Oh, whoops, that was actually... Okay, that's okay. Let me back the game up a little bit here. My apologies on that. I just thought that was Jin pumping us for more information on the Shomonkai. Let's see what he actually has to say. You find Jin looking down the street expressionless. He notices you and walks over to speak with you.
This city and its people are changing. I really liked this place, you know?
Oh, well, what do you like about it?
Nothing in particular. If I had to answer, I guess I'd say the warm, familiar atmosphere. So what's your perspective? How do you see the city? When I was a kid, the whole world looked gray. Everything was a total bore. I was a helpless brat, but I didn't think so. It was never my fault when stuff went wrong. I was a real jerk. I was never satisfied with anything. I was so frustrated. I wish the world could be a blank slate for me to rewrite. But after I met Aya, I settled down. I was more open to the way other people did things. It's an amazing world, you know? One big stew of thoughts, desires, emotions, the good and the bad. This city gives it to you all lumped together. I like Tokyo. I liked it the way Aya saw it before all this happened. That's why I'm gonna get it back to the way it was. I'll get it ready for when Aya comes home.
Alright, so I'm guessing, well, what exactly do you mean by that, when Aya comes home?
Just what I said. A normal, boring Tokyo with no lockdown or demons. If the demons don't go away, you can't really say things are back to normal, can you? I don't know if I can do that on my own, but if I do nothing, it ends right there. I'm gonna try, even if I'm on my own. Oh, hey, thanks for looking into the Aya thing. Noon tomorrow at the Hills building, yeah? I owe you one.
Alright, that's finally connecting back to Jin's encounter with Azuma that unfortunately seems like it's going to end in his death, so we better intervene with that tomorrow. But yeah, that's just hinting towards Jin's ending. He seems to want to just completely banish the demons from Tokyo, which I guess, that's a more than valid way to go about it. But with all that said and done, the day is finally over. Let's just kick back and relax and get prepared for tomorrow, because we have the encounter with Belial tomorrow.
Jeez, a lot happened today.
I'm exhausted. But it looks like the government never intended to let us out.
Yeah, If we don't do something, the UEM field will annihilate everyone inside the lockdown.
Is that thing really going to kill us all in 2 days?
Look, it doesn't have to. We can stop it. This would be such a dense thing to say.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go down like that. We have to deal with the demons ourselves. Let's use the time we have left to make it so they have no reason to do that.
But and this is just if they use that weapon, what's going to happen to the people in the Yamanote Circle?
The UEM field forces pretty much every electronic device to emit EM waves. The area within the UEM field will be one giant microwave. We'll all be fried. Humans, animals, insects, plants, every living thing.
Fried? Then what?
Well, all electronic devices within the effective range, computers and such, will be destroyed. Every single electronic device will be unusable.
Yeah, and that also means our comps are gonna be completely useless as well.
Oh, so no more demons can be summoned after that.
Yep. Demons not under the comp's control will remain here, but that's only a small percentage. Who knows? The UEM field might actually be effective against them too.
So, it must be at least somewhat effective. It's us humans' fault to begin with. We summoned demons to satisfy our own desires.
Yeah, it sucks that this is our problem.
No kidding, but it's kinda sad. I'm almost ashamed.
Yeah, but on the other hand, I don't like the way the angels are handling this. Maybe humans did summon demons and did other awful things. But using that as an excuse to lock us in for this ordeal is way too self-righteous. And if we can't deal with the demons, the angels take over? Talk about a stacked deck.
Yeah, seriously. Man, so we have to dispose of the demons properly?
Oh, you mean what Remiel said, huh?
Yeah, if we can do that, we can stop the angels from forsaking us, right? Hey, why do you think Remiel told us that stuff instead of some other demon tamers?
Yeah, you know, I have a feeling that there's some kind of connection there that we just haven't clued in on.
Yeah, it's not just Remiel. Honestly, I have to wonder what Naoya is planning too. Think about it. Why did Naoya choose him? It's hard to believe Remiel and Naoya both chose him for no reason at all.
You know, now that you mention it, you're right. I wonder if there's a reason for that.
No clue. I can't pinpoint it, but it's like there's something huge going on around us. Naoya's scheming, Remiel's speech, the business with the Shomonkai, the War of Bell. I feel like we really need to follow this trail to the end, or we'll regret it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Just 2 days left. No matter what we decide to do, we have to deal with the demons.
Yeah. Delete them, control them, whatever. We have to find a way. So, we learned a lot today. Do you want to go over any of it again?
Well, sure. Let's go for a little recap.
Okay. What do you need a refresher on? Well, the lockdown is meant to keep demons and comps from getting outside the Yamanote Circle. If we can't deal with all the demons in the next 2 days, the government's going to fry everything in the Yamanote Circle, humans and demons. And backing them up are the messengers of God, the angels. The problem is figuring out how to get the lockdown lifted. Our last resort is to force our way through the blockade, but that won't solve anything. We don't know if Remiel was speaking for all the angels. But unless we somehow solve this ordeal in 2 days, humanity fails God's test. If that happens, God and the angels will strip us of our free will and take over. That's if we're lucky. Worst case, I get the feeling we'll be massacred. Naoya said his goal was to have you win the war for the throne of Bel. But he's hiding something. To me, it seems that's only the first step in a larger plan. I doubt he'd make you the victor and just end it there. What could his true goal be beyond the throne of Bel? Huh. I guess we don't know enough to figure it out on our own yet. Oh, but there's one thing I was still wondering about Naoya's story. That demon summoning melody he used for the software. He got it from someone named Aya, right? Think that's the same Aya that Haru knows?
I think so too. Haru got that sequencer from Aya, right? And the sequencer can summon demons, so it's gotta be the same woman.
Yeah, I bet you're right. It's worth looking into. The Shomonkai is gathering worshippers to save people from God's ordeal. So they commissioned Naoya to develop the demon summoning program.
I can see why they'd do that, since they were already worshipping a demon.
But there's something we have to watch out for. What Amane's doing now runs counter to the Shomonkai's teachings and actions.
That's because the angel Remiel is in her, and she's following its guidance, right? She's the Shomonkai's maiden, but she doesn't necessarily see everything like they do.
Yeah, from now on we should consider anything Amane says to be from that angel's mouth.
Alright, with that recap broken down, let's end the day here.
Is that about all? We did pretty well today. We saved both Miss Mari and Keisuke. Anything else we need to talk about before we crash?
Well, our death clock is kind of a pressing issue. We've got the battle with Belial tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be down to 0 tomorrow. We have that battle with Belial coming up.
Remiel said the battle is tomorrow. I wonder if that Belial demon is fighting to gain the power of the other bells.
I don't know, but it is crowned with the name of Bel, so it's safe to assume. Whether it's part of the War of Bel or not, if it wants a fight, we'll have to be ready.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we should get some sleep. Night, everyone.
Now, there is actually different dialogue depending on whether or not you saved Keisuke, Mari, both or neither, but it is literally a sentence that, that line Atsuro had there where he said, "We saved both Keisuke and Miss Mari." That is literally the only line that changes, so I'm not going to bother showing that off. What is more interesting is that the emails you get at the end of the day are pretty different depending on how you resolve the day, and I will show those off at the end of the video. I won't actually read them. I'll just append the emails after this video is over, and you can just pause the video and read them at your own discretion. But let's go over the emails that we do have right now from Amane. "I can feel your power growing day by day. As long as you do not use your power for misguided causes, you can lead the people of this world to happiness. You are the only human with the ability to participate in the war between the demons for the throne of Bel. If you can conquer them, you will rule all demons and their danger can be nullified. That is, of course, presuming you do not abuse the power of the demons. The combined powers of the demons and the powers of God are the same magnitude. What is important is what you choose to do with that power. Don't you agree? If you can get all the demons to bow down to you, all our fears will go away. I want to help you achieve that goal." Well, I'll think about it. Certainly, Amane is pretty good backing to have. And from Kaido, hey, thanks. "Mari was saved, and it's because of you. Thank you. The world inside the lockdown is going to end in 2 days, but I'm not going down without a fight. Don't you go dying on me either. Hey, leave it to me, man." Let's see, from Midori. "You're a hero. That was amazing. You're a true hero. I learned that today there really are people who can carry out justice while acting like normal people. Looking back, all the stuff I've been doing makes me look like a tool, huh? I want to stay with you for a little while longer and think about what true justice is. But let me say this too. Thank you." Ah, you're great too, Midori. I totally don't think you're annoying. "What's with me? Why did I do what I did? I must have been overwhelmed by power. Thinking back on it, I think I imagined that I really was God or something. That was dangerous. People like you who don't get drunk on power are rare. If only I had 1/10 of your inner strength." Aw, come on, just stay focused, Keisuke. I feel like this one's a bit of a humble brag, honestly, so let's not go that route. And from Yuzu, "You're still you. I'm glad we were able to convince Keisuke. You're such a great guy. I'm all conflicted. I want to run away from all this, but I want to see what you can do. I know it's my choice, but I don't know what to do. If we don't do something about the blockade in 2 days, we'll be killed along with all the demons. If we can stop the final option thing, we don't have to run. I just don't want to die. Please think about how we're gonna survive this. As long as we stay alive, we can deal with demons sooner or later. Come on, stay here with me, Yuzu. We'll get through this together. And from Atsuro, thanks. Hey, thanks for stopping Keisuke. I'm really grateful. This made me think. People always get tossed around by power and technology, but we stopped Keisuke, and I'm confident we can overcome this. I'm counting on you, Taiki. Now you told us that the summoning program uses a melody to summon the demons. I wonder if we can get our hands on that tune. I think it may have a clue to learning how to control the demons. Yeah, let's look into it. But that is all our emails for today, so we can end this day off and save our progress. When we come back, day 6 is where the game has been kind of not too difficult up to this point, or rather, the early game difficulty has kind of supplanted to a bit of or segued into a bit of a lull in the mid-game. Day 6 sees the difficulty ramp back up pretty considerably, and I will definitely say this is one of the Mega 10 games out there that I feel has one of the harder end games, so we'll definitely be having many trials thrown our way by the end of this game, so look forward to that. I'll be cutting in the emails here, but I'll just also sign off here and say I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for doing so, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
Bye.